just can't stop, won't stop hustling. But I just
What up, grinders and grindettes? It's your boy, the Black Abstract. You're locked in once again. I appreciate you. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to my sponsors, IamTrill.com. Wear something today that your future self will thank you for. Make sure you go to IamTrill.com, enter the promo code Abstract, and you can get, I believe it's $5, $10 off a single item. So yeah, make sure you head over there. All right, so let's get started. What we're gonna be talking about today is ARAB and Ralo. So ARAB, as if you don't know, is a Philly rap star. He was implicated in running the drug ring, as well as implicated in some murders. So apparently, and I've been following ARAB for a while. I actually like his music a lot. He was to me like kind of the Philly version of DMX when it comes to terms. It's just that gritty, raw, just that really raw type music. The thing with ARAB, he couldn't really switch over to a little more like mainstream type of feel, but he used to have the voice, he had the grittiness, he had the background. I thought he was gonna be the next to blow out of Philly, but apparently he was sentenced to 45 years for running a drug ring. He's also implicated in a murder, so I don't know if that coincides with the sentence for that or if it's going to be another sentence. This is what it says on the Philadelphia Inquirer. It said a federal judge sentenced the 38-year-old rapper whose legal name is Abdul West to 45 years in prison, a staggering sentence for the tough-talking kingpin convicted in 2019 of turning the record label he founded, OBH, into a large-scale North Philadelphia drug trafficking organization implicated in at least one murder. But while prosecutors allege West had ordered the 2017 slaying of a drug world rival, they did not charge him with that crime. Okay. And then the U.S. District Judge Michael Ballison repeatedly stressed Thursday that it wasn't a consideration in his sentence. Nora West's provocative lyrics filled with bluster about his drug dealing and penchant for street justice. Instead, the judge said the punishment he imposed were for West's records of antisocial behavior. You could have been a hero instead of criminal, he said, but you became a drug dealer. You made that decision. That's why you're being punished. West was unswayed, showing little remorse as he sat next to his lawyer with his arms crossed. When it came to address the court, he dismissed the proceedings as a farce. The court, the FBI agents, and the prosecutors don't understand my culture, he said. We don't rap about flowers and rainbows. We're gangster rappers. We rap about where we grew up. So we rap about drug dealing. We rap about violence. Man, this sucks, man. I don't wish jail upon my worst enemy, man. Especially 45 years. More than likely, he probably never going to see the light of day again. And I don't know, unless he has a good lawyer that can appeal this, and why he's getting why the process is going through court again. If he could get out then, if he does win an appeal, that's the only way I see him touching the streets again. Man, it sucks. But I will say this: the thing that got ARAB in trouble was his mouth. If you watch all of his interviews with Vlad, he was constantly just telling on himself. And I used to be like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? And listen, I used to do pills, so I know a pill head when I see one. And the way he was fidgety, he was still on perks. He told me he had got off of them. Nah, bruh. I could tell you was still doing them things, man. And ultimately, perks make you talk a lot. I know. And he was just doing so much talking. He was doing a lot of talking. And ultimately, I think that might have been what, I'm not going to say got him sentenced, but it definitely got him indicted. It definitely put a spotlight on what he was doing, because he was just giving up too much information. And for the amount of time that he was talking about, from when he was with Cassidy until now, it just was like, well, when did you do all this stuff? Are you know what I mean? You currently still doing this stuff? And I think that's ultimately what led to his demise, man. It sucks. Now you got Dark Low and Leak Moss out here beefing with each other. His brother, which is Dark Low, is ARAB's right-hand man, and Leak Moss is ARAB's brother. So now these is real dudes from what I hear. Like they, you know what I mean? They official out here. And now they beefing with each other online and shit. And this shit is just, it's crazy to see a empire or a movement in like this, man. But ultimately, this is what happens. It's either jail or death. Or you could just remove yourself from this shit completely, focus on the rap music and trying to better that situation, man. It sucks, man. Like I said, I was a fan of AR-Ab. Still am a fan of AR-Ab. Hopefully he'll win this on the pill and he'll touch the streets again. All right, now moving on to Ralo. Apparently Ralo has pleaded guilty. Ralo has been locked up since 2018. It says Gucci Mane artist Ralo to plead guilty in a multi-million-dollar marijuana trafficking case. 1017 Records artist Ralo was indicted alongside 13 other people for marijuana trafficking in 2018 and has been locked up ever since. He been locked up for 3 years for weed, something that's legal right now. It's weed. Weed don't kill nobody. It's one thing if he a coke, he's selling coke or crack. You know, you gotta take that on the chin. But this is weed. This is something that's legal. It's been legal in certain states for a period of time. This is Hip Hop DX. Ralo has pleaded guilty to at least one charge in his criminal conspiracy case after initially pleading not guilty in May 2018. Apparently, from what I'm hearing, he had a plea to take just 5 years. I guess he didn't take that plea. Took it to trial, and this is where we're at now. So I guess he's trying to. I guess he maybe got another plea, or I don't know. Yeah, he took another plea. A court document filed on Tuesday, April 13, by U.S. Magistrate Judge. Blah blah blah. Reportedly says the court has learned Ralo intends to enter a guilty plea in this case, although an official change of plea hearing hasn't been scheduled yet. Oh, so he probably sees it's not looking good, or maybe. I don't know. They say he's trying to get clemency from Biden. But he posted on his Instagram. I don't know how to write or say this, but I'm gonna just get off my chest. I've been dealing with a battle with myself, knowing that my man's in them threw me under the bus to get them a time cut. I suffer night and day from that pain. In order for me to feel better, I'm trying to put it in me to forgive them, and I beg y'all to forgive them as well. I want to put all this police shit behind me and move forward in life. Forgive Dukeney, while all the others, Amberg, they don't say my name to them folks again. Let them folks live their life in peace, please, bro. So apparently his man's told on him. A couple of his mans told on him to get lesser time, and that's how it be, man. That's how organizations be. It's always somebody in the organization that's gonna tell. They facing all them years. They like, nope. It was him. He did it. Ralo is charged with conspiring to distribute 100 kilos of marijuana worth millions of dollars. If convicted, he faces up to 40 years in prison. Wow, that's crazy. He facing almost the same amount of time as AR-Ab is facing for I believe heroin or coke or crack, whatever the fuck he was dealing with. I think AR-Ab was fucking with that Ron. So he facing almost the same amount of time for weed, for marijuana that AR-Ab is facing, or AR-Ab just got sentenced to. That is crazy. That is mind-blowing. However, it's extremely rare for prosecutors to seek the full sentence in federal cases. Prosecutors were already successful last year when they blocked Ralo's $250,000 bond by arguing that there was a significant evidence he continued to set up drug deals from his jail cell using code words and an Apple Watch. But there's some hope on the horizon. Earlier this month, it was reported President Joe Biden is working on a clemency program that could greatly benefit the incarcerated rapper. During a recent interview with TMZ Live, activist Angelo Swolden explained that White House had reached out to him about a program that would primarily focus on cases with higher sentences for nonviolent marijuana offenses. There are people still in there who are locked up for marijuana who are probably the most deserving group of offenders, given that it's legalized in more than half the country. That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, Biden, free Ralo. Like, for real. Like, this is ridiculous, dude. And I know when Ralo was out here, he was on his bully at one point in time, but he eventually humbled out. And he was taking care of his people around here. He was on his bully to kind of get some clout. Then he realized the error in his ways, and he was strictly focused on trying to make rap. But this is weed, man. Like, come on, this is bullshit. They got it in for him. That's the only thing I could say. They must got it in for him down there. I don't know if it's something we don't know about, but this is, I don't know. I just don't get this. I don't get this. I don't get the fact that he hasn't got a bond. None of that. Like it's something that we not knowing. And maybe some other shit he about to get charged with. I don't know. This just don't make sense to me. But free Ralo, free AR app. It sucks, man. Rap taking losses after losses. You listen. You are thinking about getting in the rap. If you're in the streets and you're serious about getting in the rap game, you gotta quit all the street shit out. Just get in the rap game. So all the greats did, all the CEOPs and the babies, the cash monies, like once they fully invested into getting into rap music, they just went full throttle. If you gotta go broke for a year or whatever, I mean, you're not gonna be making the money you was making in the streets. Ultimately, it's gonna pay off if you put in the work in. Jeezy, I can name countless rappers that did this. Jeezy still fucking around, he said, in the streets until T.I. told him, was like, yo, if you gonna be in this shit, you gotta be in this shit 100%. And that's the way it gotta be. But let me know what you guys think. Put your comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Till next time, peace, love, and prosperity. I am the Black Abstract. I am Trill.com for merch. Peace.